I started working at a young age whilst a teenager as a support worker. I found it very rewarding, very dynamic. I had the opportunity to support some of the most vulnerable people in society. I did that for around 12 years. And in that time, I was encouraged by some very influential nurses who would say, Richard, you should go to university, you should go and achieve your nursing career. During that time as a support worker, I also had the opportunity to work with the occupational therapy department, and I was an occupational therapy assistant for around 2 years, and I was able to get experience and knowledge about OT, and of course I was encouraged to go down the occupational therapy route. However, I always felt nursing was more for me, it was more dynamic. I wasn't really keen on the adult side of the occupational therapy education either. From there, that's when I applied for my nursing career, and I went to do my Access for Nursing first. And I did my GCSE Maths alongside the Access course, and then I applied for university and I completed my training.
Why has it been important for you to do different things in your career?
I think having worked as a support worker within Signet for such a long time, it gave me a lot of underpinning knowledge of relational security, of being able to be aware of risk of the person, the risk of the environment, being able to keep people safe. And like I said, I worked with a lot of influential, strong nurses who I looked up to. So although I was a support worker, I was the support worker who would ask questions to increase my knowledge and to ensure that I was doing my job to the best of my ability. And understanding the principles of person-centered care, understanding the side effects of certain medications, understanding how to manage certain physical health conditions and comorbid conditions. And having that time as a support worker, it really gave me those fundamentals before I got to university. And again, there's a lot of students who have a more traditional route to nursing, and they don't have that background of being a support worker. So I was very, very fortunate to have had that before I went to do my training, and I was allowed to do that via working with Signet, and I've also worked within the NHS as well during my training. So again, I wanted the experience of being able to adapt to any setting and service. And I think during my career as a support worker, I was fortunate to be able to go and work at other hospitals, because obviously when the company was expanding, I got to work for female services, I got to work for LD services as well. So it just gave me a richer and broader experience, which arguably gained my knowledge and also my scope of practice to be able to adapt and not only survive but thrive as well and enrich patient care.